Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 5, Episode 14. So much disrespect, honey. What? Somebody told me this was the finale. Where is the finale? Enough. Enough. But baby, we're gonna get into it. If you've been here before or if you have not, either way, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to subscribe and like the video so I can grow my channel. I'm trying to get over the 300 hump, so help your girl out. And let's just jump into it. So Tisha and Marsau are having a date day at Black because they just don't got time this week to go at night. So they gotta get it in where they can fit it in. Tisha jokes about Martell dating a cougar. So we already know they're about to bring up Sheree from over there, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'll be glad when this publicity stunt ends, truth be told. We hear so much about it in the media, especially when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville and that cast, that by the time we see it on the show, like, we don't even care no more, truth be told. So Marsau mentions that he texted Melody and he invited her to come to Black so they can chat about his brother Mark and, you know, the comments he made. Tisha got upset, rightfully so. First of all, like, you shouldn't be talking to no woman and I don't know nothing about it. That's just how I feel personally. And then it's Melody who's talking about you, that's your enemy. And then there's rumors that you got like a crush on Mel, and yeah. So she got upset. And she was like, I should have known about this. And he was like, it was his assistant that texted her. Well, first you said you was texting her. Now it was your assistant. The story already changing. Sure it was. So Tisha finds it disrespectful, as do I. And Marsau tried to mention Tisha meeting up with Martell regarding her skull. Not the same. Nowhere like nice. Like, I feel like if you ain't doing nothing wrong, you wouldn't even have to bring that up because one don't got nothing to do with the other. She was talking to Martell about business, as she even said herself. He knew about it. He was okay with it. He even told Martell he got to talk to Tisha because she's the one that's behind the scenes. She's the one that runs the business. Her name is on the dotted line. So she's the one he has to talk to. She's the brains behind the operation. So, yeah. So, why would you bring that up? Like, she just wanted to casually just meet up with Martell. No, she didn't. And it's not the same. Plus, nobody's going around saying Tisha got a crush on Martell. So, Tisha had valid points. And again, she brought up, like, we are not friends with Melody. So, no, it's inappropriate for you to not have even told me. Martell calls her a jealous wife. And Tisha went off on him. Like, she snapped on him I don't think I ever seen her snap on him like this. Even with the cheating rumors and everything. Like, I even heard her cuss. I said, okay, about time. I hope this is what she doing behind closed doors all the time. Because he need to be checked often. So, I don't know if it was editing or what. But he, like, got up after, like, out of nowhere. Like, he got upset. And he was like, what did he say? He said, I'm not listening to this ish. I'm not listening to this. And he got up and walked off. I'm not listening to ish you got to say, is what he said. I'm not listening to nothing you talking about. And he, like, stormed out. So Marsau comes back and he convinces Tisha to let him talk with Melody. Why he want to talk to her so bad? Like, Carlos must have put him up to this because nothing else makes sense. But you should have at least told Tisha, because she didn't seem like she was just acting mad. Like, she seemed like she was really feeling away. Y'all meeting up with the Holtz at the beach all together is one thing. You talking to her alone, cameras or not, is another thing. So, and then he said, let's try it my way, because my way always works and your way never does. And that was disrespectful to even say that. Even if it's usually your way or the highway, you shouldn't even have said that. And she's like, no, my way works. Yeah, or skull wouldn't be where it's at if her way wasn't working. Let's talk about it. So then he says in his confessional that Tisha cares too much about the rumors that you got a crush on Melody. Yeah, I bet. And he don't care about it. Yeah, because it's not the other way around. Otherwise, you would care about it, Marsau. So she was like, I'm going to get the girls. I got to get my daughters. Like, she's like, I'm not about to do this. Like, I'm spending the rest of the day with my kids. And it was heavy on the mind. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all think when these kids is out the house, do y'all think that Tisha and Marsau are going to make it? Because we know a lot of times people stay together. I even heard somebody talk about Derek Jackson earlier, and he was saying like they should have at least stayed together for the kids until the kids were out the house. I absolutely disagree with that. Y'all should not be staying together just for the sake of children. The kids know what's going on. But I feel like these kids getting older, and once they're at the house, like, I don't know. What y'all think? Anywho, Martell and Chris, which nobody was looking forward to seeing him, are looking for a venue space so Martell can host his wine event. Because remember, he had a wine event. He had like a wine tasting in Atlanta, so he doing an event in Huntsville. And Martell, like the space they were looking at, he said it's a little too rustic, especially because the wine tasting in Atlanta was upscale. What was it? I don't know. He had a little faux fur on his shoulder, but upscale. Okay. So Martell talks about the family trip and lies, allegedly, in my opinion, saying that him and Mel don't want each other. They both moved on, and it's easier to co-parent when the people don't want each other. While yes, what he's saying is true, when both people have moved on, it is easier to co-parent, but you have not moved on. So why are you saying this? Like, she moved on, and you trying to force yourself to move on. You ain't moved on. He still want Melody, allegedly. Anyway, then he talks about how they met up with the Scotts 1.0. Chris said he hasn't spoken to Marsau in a long time, but he needed to talk to him because he wanted to address the fact that he was in the middle of the rumors and drama regarding Marsau and this supposed cheating. Those scandals that was out there a while back. Like, Chris name got entangled in that, and so he like, I need to talk to him about that. We should have just had that instead of having this meeting, but okay. So, Marsau and Melody meet up, and Marsau mentions his brother Mark. Melody, I love that G-Wagon. Like, I really want me a G-Wagon or a Range Rover or something. So, Melody asks, what this convo with Mark has to do with her. Like, yeah, what does it have to do with her? So, Marsau mentions, the comments he made about Miss Van. He's like, well, he said something about your mom. And Melody was like, and what this got to do with me? Personally, that don't got nothing to do with me. I'm not getting involved in that. What does this have to do with me? So Marsau seemed a little passive aggressive, like in his response to her. And I'm like she should be appreciative that he brought it to her, because when they all met the last time, they would agree that like, we're not going to do this social media stuff. So he thought he was looking out for her by telling her. But she was like, look, in her confessional, she said, if I would have known what the subject matter was, I would not have come. I wouldn't have shown up. You would have shown up because you have to, because you got to film. That's why you showed up. But the scene, you didn't give it anything. You didn't respond. We didn't talk about nothing. So it was a throwaway scene. Now, in real life, I don't blame her. I wouldn't have shown up, but we know you got to film. But the scene ain't give nothing. I guess it gave a little clip for a commercial to make it look like something interesting was about to happen, but nothing happened. So he got into it with Tisha for nothing. So then we see the original 6, the comeback group. We saw Kimmy and Maurice. But Kimmy said that, the comeback group going to come together and have dinner at her house. Scott's 2.0 house. And Marsau is coming over and cooking. I don't want nobody cooking nothing in my kitchen. Is it just me? Like, you can cook, but if you're going to be doing the cooking, bring the food over with you, or we're going to do it at your house, but don't be going rummaging through my cabinets, messing up my spices. That's just me. I know at this point, she like, look, I don't got to cook, so I don't care. Who knew Marsau could cook, though? Who taught him how to cook? Isn't that a woman's job? But okay. Tisha, like, I ain't seen you cook in a long time. Like, he was like, I used to cook back in college. How long ago was that? Now, I know Marsau look a lot older than he is, but what year was that? How long ago was that? Okay. Last time you cooked was in college. Oh, before you married, so you cooked to get her. And once you got her, you ain't pick up a spoon, knife, or fork again. So, the ladies look really good. Looking good, ladies. Especially Tisha. I'm like, they be getting on my girl, Tisha. Tisha look good. Tisha is very pretty. Y'all need to stop it. And Kimmy really keeping herself up too. Because, honey, I might have been feeling after that chemo. I might have had me a helmet of salvation on. Anyway. So, I don't even feel like putting on no makeup to get on here and record this video. But y'all look good. Especially with everything y'all got going on. Being a single mother in a marriage, health issues, it's a lot. So, Kimmy said they haven't told the Holtz about her health yet. They just wanted to make sure they just wasn't in the place to tell her. Like she started giving like excuses. You wasn't ready to tell her. You ain't had to tell them until you got ready to tell them. Period. So, side note, first thing I noticed, and they end up showing like a clip later on in the episode of season 1, but I was like, this the kitchen? This ain't the kitchen I remember from season now. The kitchen that came up from season 1. Because I've been watching since, some of y'all ain't start watching until season 2, whatever. I've been watching since season 1. And the kitchen came up. Honey, the checks are clearing, okay? So, Tisha mentions Martell wasting time meeting Melody and basically getting Scott's 2.0 opinion on if it's disrespectful. You know it is. And it don't even matter what nobody else got to say. I guess she just wanted like reassurance that like, no, I'm not tripping. No, I'm not jealous. Because when he said the J word, oh, that set her off. But no, you're not. But if you feel it's disrespectful, it don't matter what nobody else. If you think that that's disrespectful, that's enough. Don't let him play mind tricks on you. It's enough. It's disrespectful, period. He wouldn't want you doing it. Bringing up Martell in that scope meeting so she could tell him, no, you can't work for me, was not the same. So Martell comes and the guys bring out the spaghetti, the pasta, the spaghetti noodles in one bowl, the meat in another, how I like it. I do not like when it's all mixed. Ugh. I hate when it's all mixed together. Like, Then I had at somebody's house, they was throwing in shrimp and trying to be all exotic. Please don't. I don't like that. Give it to me separate. I put my own meat on top, okay? But let me know what y'all think. How y'all like to do it? Because I was over there on Misha's channel like a while back. She had a live and they talking about like we trying to figure out where it came from. Why is people eating fish with spaghetti and all that? Like, where did that come from? Now, while it looks good, I'm from the East Coast, honey. I'm not familiar. Eating spaghetti that's the dish. Like, either we having fish or we having spaghetti, but we ain't doing both. Like, you got garlic bread, spaghetti. It's a lot going on and a lot of carbs. I can't eat all that stuff no more. That stuff will, one piece of fish and spaghetti, and that's 10 pounds right there. So, Tisha said, she was like, Martell, you got the YouTubers jumping, like, with all, with your personal life and do. So, Kimmy comes right out, like, I ain't beating around the bush, forget this. We heard you was with Sheree. I said, are we allowed to say her name on the show? They said Martell on the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, so we heard you was with Sheree. Okay. So Marcel was like, we kick it, we friends. We're not trying to put labels on it. We not, you don't want to get in too deep because Melody on her way. And he's talking about they met their mutual friend. And by mutual friend, I'm sure you mean your DMs. So y'all can say, look, I need a storyline for next season. You need a storyline for your show. Let's come together. Like, let's have a little crossover action going on. Ooh, my ears is itchy. Somebody must be talking about me. So Melody arrives and Martell is smiling from ear to ear. Like, he lit up like a Christmas tree. So he says in his confessional that Mel has on all white, and it's ironic because this would have been their 14-year wedding anniversary. So, and I'm sure, I don't know, because it seemed like that wasn't on her mind at all. She didn't care. She could care less. But I feel like she probably did put on a little bit just off the strength that she knew, sometimes even if you don't really want the man back, like, just so you can see what you was missing. Like, yeah, we could have been celebrating on today, but we here. He was like, look, he's just happy that they having dinner together on what would have been their 14-year anniversary. Did you hear that, Sheree? While you up here, my man, your man embarrassing you because he's wishing that he was celebrating his 14-year wedding anniversary. It's hard not to think about what they could have been. Where they could have been. Like, they just look like they should be together. Not that that means anything, but it's like they could have really been. They were supposed to be the power couple of the show. That's what they were supposed to be. And it's like, to see where they are now, to see what it could have been. That's such a shame. It's so sad. It's his fault, but it's sad. I mean, they both played a part, but it's his fault. And it's sad. So Kimmy asked Mel, like, how are the kids? Like, she was just sitting next to her. Mel just sat down. She's got there. So Kimmy making small talk, like, oh, how are the kids? Like people normally do when they see someone with children. So she's like, oh, they good. She's like, oh, they having a good summer. She's like, yeah, they're enjoying their summer. And here go Martell. Yeah, you can ask me. Hello, I'm here. I'm the father. 7 days on, 7 days off. They're at my house right now. Actually, like, you don't got to ask her. You can ask me. And you wonder why you can't get her back. Because what was that? What was that? Nobody said you not a contributing active father. Nobody called you absentee or a deadbeat or none of that. So why did you even, okay? Nobody, we asked you about Sheree. Like, you had your time. Melody just got here and we're asking Melody about the kids. Those are still her kids too, are they not? Now, you just went on an all-inclusive paid for trip and now here you go showing off and wonder why she don't want you back. So Melody was like, let's not do that. I don't want to have that type of night, so we not gonna do that. I feel like a mother talking to her child. Let's not do it, okay? We're not about to do that. And I don't blame her, because what was that? So Martell invites everyone to his wine event and says everybody, because they said something about, somebody joked about a +1. And he was like, everybody can bring a +1, including you, Melody. I said, ugh, these two. Whew, they got a long ways to go. Them children still young, honey. So he was like, she can bring a +1 if she want. So Tisha asked Mel, like, if she was going. Why would you put that? Why you put her on the spot? Why you put her on the spot right then and there to have to make a decision? Like, be glad I'm here right now, okay? Now, she might show up to film, but if she don't have to, she ain't going to. I mean, she's already shown the places she ain't want to be, like over there at Destiny's. So she was like, I got to check my schedule. Now, that should have just been the end of it. Don't expect that. Basically, no. So then Marsau was like, well, are you going to bring a +1? And she was like, I just said I got to check my schedule. Like, why would you ask me that? I just said. And then Martell was like, it's next Thursday. It's next Thursday. That's when it is. I was like, oh, my goodness. So Mel was like, look, I got to look. I got to see. I got to look at my calendar. Like, no. But she was like, good luck and congrats. She's not coming. Don't expect to see her because she ain't going to be there. It's safe. You can go ahead and invite Sheree now. So Melody said in her confessional that Martell told his baby mama that Mel had C19. So she's upset because she like, look, why are you telling her my business? Because she had been blown out of proportion. I don't know. Are maybe there was a reason behind it. Like, okay, well, our kids are together, but, I was about to have our kids at the same time. This is my weekend or whatever, but, Mel had that, so I can't do it right now or whatever. Like, I didn't realize that was such a secret. But at the end of the day, like, I see her side, though. I do see. Do not be talking about me, because she's talking about my health. Don't talk about me to yo baby mama and mistress still. That's how she gonna go down forever and ever and ever. That's what it's gonna be. Don't be chatting with me about me to her at all under any circumstance or condition unless it's affecting her child in some kind of way, which it would not be. Don't bring me up around her point blank in the period. So, yeah, she like, after I just had you on my trip and you do that, same old Martell. I said every time, he can't get away from himself. Like, he's his own worst enemy. This is why he lost his family. So, Kimmy said she wanted to come back group together, the original 6. I like that we haven't been seeing the other cast members lately. Like, it reminds me that we don't need them. The trajectory and everything, like the original oomph that the show gave with the original 6, we lost when we added these people. And it's not even like I'm against adding new faces. It's just these people don't really bring much to the show for me, personally. Like, maybe we could squeeze in Stormy and her husband and make them full-time, but they don't, overall, Tiffany and Big Lou, even a baby ain't enough. Destiny, she on full-time cast member, but she ain't giving, like, they're not adding anything and they're taking away, if anything. So, whatever. But I was like, okay, she wanted them there. She announced, she told the Hopes about her health and seeing them getting choked up. And, their reaction was just, I was glad to see it. I love seeing Marisa, how he is as a husband. It's a shame that, like, it took this to see, like, this side of him. But he has been consistent since we found out. He has been consistent, like, in doing his thing as far as, like, waiting on Kimmy hand and foot. And, I love to see everybody just loving on her in this moment because it's still just hard to hear the news every time she brings it up. She's handling it well. And I thought I saw somewhere that she had her last chemo treatment. Not sure if that's true or not, so don't hold me to it. But if she did, we are so happy for you over this way, Kimmy. So that's where the episode ends, and then we see a preview for another episode next week. Where is the reunion? Anyway, let me know what y'all are thinking down in the comments about tonight's episode. Please subscribe and like. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.